We have the entire storm that is the Buffalo, and dear God, if you hadn't talked to Nick today, everything that's unfolding.
No, I haven't.
Oh, we have so we're gonna do another update.
Good. God damn,
And
we are.
This one.
Him and his binder.
Because I saw we got somebody like we got them moved from misdemeanor charges to like multiple felonies, which is rad.
Imagine a dude trying to kidnap kids and then it's just a single misdemeanor charge for I think trespassing or something.
Or no, it was like child endangerment.
Child endangerment.
Yeah.
It was the lowest level of like child.
And because our boy Rich spoke up on the podcast, now that dude has 4 felonies. They just hit him with it the other day. That wouldn't have happened if Rich didn't fucking say something.
Like that is the most mind-blowing thing. That dude would have had a slap on the wrist for that.
Now imagine, like, that's the fucking part that drives me crazy. This person tried to abduct 2 elementary school children for God knows what purpose. They were going to hit him with a single misdemeanor. Probably wouldn't have even served jail time. Yeah, but if your shotgun is half an inch too short, you get 10 years in prison.
He could have bought a gun.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
he could have still bought a gun.
Isn't that the story where the dad showed up and the kid had wet his pants and they didn't have any? Then they were like, we don't know.
They didn't tell the parents.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I would do, but it rhymes with John Q. You understand what I'm saying? If I showed up and my child had been in that type of danger and they told me to talk to a lawyer, I'd be like, well, you better call someone.
Yep, call an ambulance.
But not for me.
I'll say it. I burn it down. Like, I'm just going to say this. I know, as a father, especially, I could not be like more proud of all of you. Rich, everyone knows like angry cops online, but not a lot of people know Rich the way we do. And like, just to see the way he has honestly put his career in jeopardy in a lot of ways with reckless abandon, regardless of the outcomes. And then the support from all of you and the community has been off the charts. I'm like really fucking proud to like know all of you on a personal level. And like, this is actually how change happens. And like, I was talking to my wife about it, and it's just, most of it's unfathomable, but without this and without all of you, God only knows what could have happened.
Because, I mean, Rich, he embodies doing what is right, not what's convenient. And it's fucking rad to see. It's also, it kind of like, because none of us were prepped about what he was going to talk about before that. We went in blind and just kind of gave him the mic. Watching him break down like that was like watching your dad cry. It was just like, oh, fuck.
Because if you guys didn't follow the timeline of that, we were just having a regular podcast bullshit with our boy Rich. He's in town. We're having some drinks and stuff.
Second podcast of the day.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Look, I just want to get this off my chest." And dude, if he didn't do that, that guy would have been walking around with a little misdemeanor. Maybe doing the same thing. But now he's got 4 felonies, and that's rad.
Buffalo would just the beginning.
Yeah, and Buffalo would have been still doing their shitbaggery, and now it is. Again, he was like, you can put it at the end of the episode or something. He didn't know what, he just wanted to get it off his chest. And he says he feels so much better. We've been doing our little FaceTime conversations. Both of us FaceTime because we are very expressive and talk with our hands.
You don't say. You don't say?
Yeah, it feels really weird talking to him.
You got to cast spells.
Dude, all day just
Harry
2
Potter
wizards.
and that shit.
Yeah. It's just, you need the meme of like the Harry versus Voldemort, like the wand contest. It's just Eli and Rich on FaceTime.
But he feels so much better. And as he said, he's like, we're on the offensive. It's not defensive. It's not the emotional pent up shit right now. It's we pushed everything and put the ball in their court, and now they are terrified. And what Nick found out, oh man, dude, we'll see if we keep this in. So now we have an interview from one of the teachers.
Fuck yeah.
Admitting she's on. Nick did an interview with the teacher, and it is her going over all the shit. Like, oh yeah, a kid had an attack, unconscious, non-responsive, and then she wasn't allowed to call the paramedics or anything, and it had to be call their parents. The principal and everyone was like, no. The administration was like, no, don't call the police. Get the parent involved, and they can come pick them up and then drop them off at the hospital.
Well, the kids knocked the fuck out.
Unresponsive.
What the
had to leave work, go pick up the kid, then go, and then they're like, hey, don't say anything. Same for
Oh, because they didn't want it on paper happening on school grounds.
Others, as that 17,000 cases,
The information
In
only.
information only reports.
Yeah, burn it down.
Dude, and it's just so bad. And then we have 2 EMTs talking about responding to other situations, and then them trying to find these 2 kids that are with the edibles. They're like going through all that shit.
Where the teacher gave edibles to 2 minors.
What?
The teacher, dude,
What?
the paramedics, the EMTs showed up, and they were like, "Hey, where are these kids at? Where are these kids at?" The teachers were told, "No, you can't. You have to talk to an administration before we get you involved." 10 minutes of them arriving that they couldn't find or get a hold of or figure out where the kids were because the administration was like, "No, you have to talk to us first," and then the administration.
I mean, depending on the
fucking
depending on the dosage of the edibles, the kids probably didn't know where they were either.
dude, they were like 300 milligrams.
Jesus
Oh
fucking
my God.
Christ!
11 years old.
Those kids were talking to God.
Yeah, the kids were God.
Yeah.
No.
That is okay. How did they?
Oh my God.
How did they? I'm so mad. I can't see straight. How did they get edibles from
I-
the
The
teacher?
teacher provided them.
Okay, so
Quote unquote accidentally, which I don't know how the fuck that happens.
I've had a lot of accidents in my life. I've never accidentally dosed kids.
And guess what happened to the evidence?
Well, it was consumed.
It was the lead. They had a bag apparently, and then the
Oh my
EMT
God.
were like, "Okay, cool. We'll take that. We'll hold on to that. We'll take care of the kids. Okay, where is it? Oh, we lost it.
How old were they? So they're minors?
11.
11? So I'm
That's-
sure people know this, but like when we used to like take stuff to school for the kids, we had to only bring store-bought stuff because of like food allergies and everything.
And store bought weeds are way better. And
Yeah.
cleaner.
I just don't understand how like we've jumped from you can't have peanuts in there to like somehow edibles have like made it into an elementary school.
Bro, peanut butter. You can't like.
You can't-
there's
no,
just
like, literally,
peanut butter now allowed at school.
We had to like take trays and like our secretary, whoever at the school would be like, okay, they have to look at it and it would have to be sealed from like Publix or Kroger or something.
All right, well, my schools were wildin' then because we didn't have that. But
Well, I
weirdly
mean-
enough, none of the teachers ever gave me fucking drugs. So that's
crazy.
kind of wild. Yeah.
Bro, that cocksucker attorney from the other day.
What was his name?
You're gonna have to be more specific because there's so many in the Buffalo
The
Public School
dude was
system.
like, well, he should have went through the proper chain of command and
Fuck
sent
you.
it to his lieutenant. And it's like, no, this is the reason. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Bob.
Fuck you, Bob.
This is the reason Rich had to come on a podcast and say it. And the dude's like, oh, but he had to go on a podcast.
Robert Boreanaz.
He had to go on a podcast. There, he says in the
Fuck
podcast,
you.
"I cannot f***ing do this. They are putting up resistance. They aren't letting us do anything. This is the only way to get the message out." And his response,
Why didn't he go through the proper channels? People are called whistleblowers because the proper channels didn't fucking work, Robert.
It seems weird to focus on Rich and not the crimes. I know I'm old fashioned. I know I'm a dad, you know, and I'm like protect the kids, the anti-Buffalo public school system motto. But like I don't know why we're so focused on that and not like the children.
Well, it's wild. Like, we know Rich is a silly guy. He's a funny man.
Yeah.
But he's been a special victims unit investigator for a long time now.
He's a detective. He's a drill sergeant. He's a combat veteran. Like,
Yeah.
he's been around the block. He's got actual credentials aside from just being internet funny guy.
Yeah. Also, like, you know, people are a different way online than they are in real life. Like, I don't think Ben Affleck's Batman. He was a good Batman, but like, you know, there's multiple different layers to it, and it seems like everyone's trying to view him through the lens of like, oh, he's a silly goose in a uniform.
Wait, he's not an autistic assassin?
No,
That might be the most controversial thing you've ever said is that he was a good Batman.
dude, I kind of liked it, dude. He was a pretty cool Batman.
They'll fight in the comments over
Bring back
that
the
one.
Snyderverse. It had potential. It had potential. You don't think so? Bring back Cavill, dude. I think it had
what
potential.
was the last thing? Oh, what's the report? What were they saying? Rich's police officers. You can't testify if you're on that one report. Fuck, the Bobby report or some shit like that. Now I can't
Oh, the
remember.
Brady.
Brady.
Yeah,
you
the Brady list, yeah.
The Brady list. Everyone's like, oh, he's on the Brady list, so they're using that to discredit him.
Or they're saying he should be on the Brady list.
Are they saying that he should
What
be?
is the
Not
Brady
okay.
list?
So basically, it's something that people are just kind of throwing around, and it's really like they're just they're trying to go after the credibility of Rich instead of like saying, hey, maybe if these are legitimate concerns, we should investigate them because he's talking about some real cases that It's the same shit when they were going after like, oh, there's a podcast, there's alcohol on the table. One of the guys, Rich burped at one point. These guys are foul. It's like, well, that's fucking crazy because I thought the foul part was the sexual assault of children. Maybe that's just my sensibilities, but I thought that was the part that was upsetting.
The exact definition of Brady lists, also known as liars lists, are recorded and maintained by prosecutors and law enforcement agencies to track law enforcement officers with a history of misconduct, dishonesty, or other integrity issues.
So that's why they're saying he should be on the list.
Okay.
I thought they were saying he was on the list. Okay.
No, I don't believe he is.
Who makes the list?
Well, I thought they were saying he was. I thought there was multiple because I was talking to Nick, and it was multiple reports of them saying, "Well, he's on the Brady list, so he's fucking no, he can't. Like, he's not good." Anyways.
I would be shocked if he was.
So, well, people are saying. So that's the thing. They're saying he's on the list.
It's almost like we could text him.
No, so there's different. He's not. So
He's not.
No,
He's not.
Nick bought the fucking Brady because you can buy it and you can see who's on it. That's what the problem is.
So he's not on the list?
No, he's
Oh, yeah.
not.
Okay. I was going to say, why the fuck would he be?
But if they're saying he is, now you have a lawsuit against them because now you're lying outright and you're defaming character.
Because here's the thing that people don't understand about defamation is that in order for you to have a defamation or a slander or a libel suit,
It's hard.
It has to be wrong. So people are like, oh, he's going to go after you. Like, cool. Find me a point during that podcast where he said something that wasn't fucking true.
And we didn't say names either, which is like one of the biggest things too. There's no names.
I can do it. Fuck you, Bob.
Bob, you suck.
Yeah, it's
You're the
wild. The
worst.
guy he was talking about just caught 4 new felonies this week.
Yeah.